How's that coming, slotting into the team since coming in? I saw him sitting watching the cup final looking a bit forlorn, but is he enjoying himself?
Yeah, he's settled in really well. He's a fantastic person, and the boys have took him on straight away. And yeah, you'd think he'd been here the last couple of seasons, but now he's settled in. He was obviously really disappointed not to be able to help the boys in the final on the weekend, but that's in the past now, and he's solely focused on helping the team now from now to the end of the season in the A-League competition.
And you've got about 7 games coming up, or one of those that have already been played, so 6 games over the next 20 days. Does that change your prep at all in terms of recovery? Has to be factored in a bit more?
Yeah, look, I think there might be 1 or 2 changes to that schedule. Obviously it's very, very heavy. We've only got a small squad. We only travel with 18 professional contracted players, and the boys have come back from COVID as well over Christmas. So, we're just waiting on confirmation of exactly when the games are. But we know that this Thursday and Sunday's games are on. So look, our sole focus is on Macarthur tomorrow night, and then we'll recover and prepare for each game as we always do.
And since joining the team, or coming back to the team yourself, Mariners been going from strength to strength. Did you set yourself, ambitious goals to hit, and you're kind of getting to that point at the moment now?
Yeah, look, obviously I've been at the club a long time. My work started a couple of years ago in the academy space with my assistant Sergio Raimundo, and obviously and that was to really build an academy that could produce players. And I've always been really really big on player development and bringing youth through, because I came through when I was young in England. I came through a youth system that's produced some of the best players in the world that are playing at the top Premier League clubs and international. So for me, it was always a passion. And when I got into coaching, obviously, you want to develop players no matter what age they are, but to bring players through and give them the opportunity to be professional footballers. But I always say that, they have to earn the right to be there. They don't just get it because they're young. They have to work hard. They have to be good enough. And I think everyone's seen this year the boys that have come into the first team. For me, they're the future of Australian football, and they're going to learn. There's always that learning stage when any young player comes into a professional environment, and as long as they learn by the mistakes and keep growing, then I think that's how that's how we want to develop players. And you have to find the right balance, good senior players, young players, and try and get the best talent from around the country that want to come to the Mariners. So yeah, it's a project that we started a couple of years ago, and the start of this season, I don't think you should start any season without wanting to win everything, and look, to get to the final of the FFA Cup was fantastic. Unfortunate result, and the end of the day, everything stacked against us, and we went there and I'm really proud of the boys, put a performance on. Possibly should have had a penalty at 1-0, but we never seemed to get them. But after that, like you say, it's all credit to Melbourne victory, and we put that to bed yesterday, and now our sole focus is on finals football in the A-League, which it was the start of the season.
And just finally, so you do have quite a bit of youth inside. With things like COVID that just throw a spanner in the works, and then a disappointing loss as well in the cup final, is this a key time to really kind of strengthen that youth, to make them to take that disappointment and use it as a drive for the rest of the season?
Yeah, look, no one expected us to get to the final, so I always said to the boys how proud I am of them, and that experience that they would have gained from that is valuable on their own development and for the rest of their careers. So I don't think there's any more drive. That's that these boys are resilient. We're not going to talk about it again now. It's gone, and our sole focus since that day has been on tomorrow night's game against Macarthur. So like I say, the COVID things affected everyone. It affected us heavily over Christmas, but I think now we're actually in a good period where we're through it. We've had a couple of games, we've had some minutes in the legs, and we're really looking forward to the rest of the A-League competition now.
Perfect, thanks so much.
No problems.
Nick, I'll come in there. I was just wondering, Kai Rolls, mate, obviously he had a great game in the cup final and got a share of the Mark Viduka medal, and he's coming back from a Socceroos camp. I mean, have you noticed that whether the going away and being a part of that international duty has taken his game again up to another level or anything like that?
No, I don't think so. That Kai's performance the other night was the same performance he's been putting in for the last 12 months. So for me, no surprise at all. To come back from a lot of travel after 2 weeks and actually come back one day before a cup final and play the same level that he's performed that all season is testament to him and his mentality and him as a professional. So we're delighted with Kai. He's a fantastic player, and he's a great role model for the younger players, because he's still very young himself, and that's what people seem to forget. He's marshalling a back four that are that were playing NPL not long ago and obviously very young, but to have him in there and the boys to learn off him as well is fantastic for them. But Kai's been great for a long time.
Is Kai, I mean, we see a lot of young Australian players just break into the A-League and then a lot of them move on very quickly. I mean, Alu Kroll is an example of that, who sort of only had a handful of appearances before he was shifting on. Kai's now, I think he's getting close to 100 sort of A-League starts and stuff like that. Do you feel like that sort of grounding in senior football, that really sort of helps their development? The fact that, if he does, find a way to get a move overseas or something like that, he's got a lot of football behind him when he does go over eventually?
Oh, 100%. My opinion on that is young players here, they need to play games. They need to be prepared for going overseas, because it is brutal compared to here. There's a lot more games. There's squads of 30, 40, 50 players, and leaving. I think a lot of players leave too young here. They leave with not enough games under the belt, and unfortunately a lot of them end up back in the A-League within 6 to 12 months. So I think Kai's going on the perfect path. He's gaining experience, he's gaining leadership, he's getting games under his belt, and I've no doubt Kai will go to a big club at some point, and for now I think he's developing, and he's still got a lot of developing to do, but yeah, I think Kai's on the correct path for any young player. Now he's got the international recognition. For us, we just want to keep developing Kai and obviously keep him here until the right opportunity for him comes along. And right now Kai's happy he's playing, and yeah, look, football is football. Things can change very quickly, but right now he's a Central Coast Mariners player, and we're delighted to have him, and yeah, we hope to see him in the national team and playing at a big club at some point in the near future.
It'd be to his younger teammates as well, I guess, to see that he is getting that national team recognition. For them, they can see that it does happen if you work hard and sort of play well and perform well. Yeah,
for sure. And again, for me, we've got a lot of other players here, even young players that haven't had any international recognition, and I think it's about time that people started recognising them, and again, I just keep saying to them, keep playing well, keep performing consistently, because once you're consistent and people start to watch you, then hopefully they'll get the recognition as well. But yeah, Kai's a leading example for any young player that if you continue to perform in the A-League and obviously the FFA Cup, then Graham Arnold and the international, whether you're an Australian international or any other international, the coach is going to watch you playing, and if you perform, hopefully you'll get that recognition, and it's great for any player to play international football.
You mentioned the sort of the focus now switching on pushing for that finals berth in the A-League and stuff like that. It's getting to that point. I mean, you've had a bit of indifferent form, like some good performances, perhaps not the results that you wanted since Christmas, sort of thing. Is it getting to that point now where you just need to just get a few wins and just sort of get the season going again, get that momentum going?
Yeah, for sure. You talk about momentum there. We had a lot of momentum going before Christmas and all the breaks and stuff. But yeah, that's no excuse. We've now got to push on, and obviously we want to start getting results. I think if anyone tells you a cup final is not going to be in the back of your mind, I think it was for a lot of players, and especially the young boys. That for them it was the biggest game they've ever played in. But now it's gone. I think our sole focus can be on just training and getting everybody back fully fit and picking up points, and I think we've got quite a few games to catch up on, but for me, we need to win them games and get the points. So starting tomorrow night, we're at home, hopefully we get a good crowd and the boys can put on a performance and we can start that momentum going again.
And what are you expecting from Macarthur? Obviously they had a disappointing result on the weekend, but they've got a lot of experience in their team. They've got a lot of old heads and stuff like that. It's going to be a sort of a team that's going to come at you, aren't they?
Yeah, look, they're a big physical team. They say there they've got a lot of experienced players. So, look, like I say, it's our home ground and we don't fear anybody. So, we're looking forward to them coming tomorrow, and we'll be going out to try and get 3 points. So again, that's on us. We're at home. like you said, hopefully we can get a good crowd behind us at home and come and support the boys. And yeah, like you said, I think the last couple of weeks to get some minutes in the legs has been really, really important after what we went through over Christmas. So I think now we're in a good place, and we've got competition for places, and bringing Jason in has really helped us as well with the squad. So yeah, we're looking forward to the game.
Just finally for me, how's the squad pulled up after the cup final? Is it everyone all right? All the legs are fine?
Yeah, it was okay. Obviously, a little bit of soreness the next day. We travelled back, and it's been a shortish turnaround, but everybody's raring to go, and we'll train today, and yeah, we'll be ready.